In the Yoruba entertainment world, there are musicians and there are legends that feel like folklore. Ayinla Omowura was not polished, he was not corporate, he was not careful. He was raw street energy turned into music. When Ayinla entered the party, people didn't just listen, they reacted. Drivers, mechanics, market women, they saw themselves in him. He sang like the street spoke, but Ayinla's story is also a warning. Because sometimes the same fire that makes a star can also burn everything down. This is the Untold Nigeria. Ayinla Omowura was born around the 1940s in western Nigeria. He grew up in a world where survival was not guaranteed. His upbringing was not the kind filled with comfort. It was the kind filled with struggle, hustle, and street wisdom. Music was everywhere in Yoruba life. At naming ceremonies, in mosque chants, at weddings, in the markets, in the late night gatherings, and all. Young Ayinla absorbed it all. He wasn't trained in the expensive schools. His education was a street, and his classroom was a drum. In those days, Fuji music was not yet fully defined. The sound came from Islamic wake-up chant during Ramadan, Ajisare. Over time, musicians began mixing that chant style with Yoruba percussion, like talking drums, shekere, agogo bells, every rhythmic call and response. Ayinla became one of the early powerful voices of this movement. His music was not for the elite, it was for the working people, and that is why it spread like wildfire. But Ayinla was not only known for his songs, he was also known for his personality. He was bold, he was proud, he was confrontational. He had the kind of confidence that filled a room before he even spoke. In Yoruba culture, musicians often praise, but Ayinla also mocked. He could use lyrics like weapons. If he liked you, he celebrated you. If he didn't, he embarrassed you publicly in music. That made him loved and feared. As Ayinla rose, he became a household name in the southwest. But unlike today's celebrities, much of his private family life was not widely documented in public records. What is clear is that he lived deeply within the social world of Ibadan entertainment, surrounded by friends, band members, loyal supporters, and constant attention. He was a man living fast, in a world where pride and reputation mattered, and that lifestyle came with pressure. Then came 1980. Ibadan was alive with music and rivalry. On a particular night, Ayinla got into an altercation with a man named Bayiwo. Accounts agree on the core truth. What began as an argument escalated into a physical fight. In the heat of the moment, Ayinla was struck on the head with a heavy object. The blow was catastrophic. He collapsed, and not long after, Nigeria lost one of its most powerful street voices. He did not die slowly with age. He died suddenly, in violence, the height of his fame. It shocked the Yoruba music world. People could not believe it. The voice that dominated ceremonies was gone in an instant. After his death, grief spread quickly. In the streets of Ibadan, people spoke of him like a fallen hero. His music became even more powerful after he was gone. His life became a symbol. How quickly fame can turn into tragedy. The incident remains one of the most talked about deaths in Nigerian music history. Even though Ayinla's life was short, his impact was permanent. Fuji music would later explode through artists like Sikiru Ayinde Barrister, Kwamwan, Pasuma, Saheed Osupa. But Ayinla remains one of the genre's earliest street kings, a pioneer whose story ended too soon. Ayinla Omowura was not just a musician, he was the street turned into sound, bold, unfiltered, unforgettable. And his tragic end reminds us that sometimes the loudest voices live the quickest. Every story like this reminds us Nigeria is more than history, it is heritage. If you believe these stories deserve to be heard, don't just watch, be part of it. Subscribe, share, and let's bring the Untold Nigeria to light, one story at a time. This is the Untold Nigeria.